Cruise along Black Rock Turnpike and you'll find Connecticut's #1 bakery. For the past 10 years, bread lovers have come far and wide for Billy's hearth-baked artisan breads and goodies. Bread is owner Billy Hollis's lifelong passion.
There's something really romantic about bread. And there's something that when you eat a good piece of bread, you remember it. And there's only one thing better than eating bread, and that's making and baking bread.
Each week, Billy and his team hand make and bake between 2,000 and 5,000 loaves of bread.
It's called artisan baking, where we use a fermentation process in all the doughs. We hand mold them, we hand score them, we bake them in the most expensive, best French baking ovens that you can possibly buy.
It's a labor of love that begins in the wee hours of the morning.
At midnight, the first guy comes in, he's the mixer. And what we will do at that point in time is start mixing the doughs. After they're mixed, they sit for approximately 2 hours. Then they're divided on the table. They're molded into the baguette, or whether it be a batard or a filone. Then they are proofed on a proofing rack. Then they're put onto a belt and they're scored depending on the type of bread and baked at that process. 3 of us come in at 4 o'clock in the morning and start all the molding and the baking. There are no preservatives in my bread. There's no sugars in the bread. There's no fats in the bread. But the procedure is the most important thing. It isn't the recipe. Every single piece of the environment tends to give your bread character in the end process. When you put the bread in the oven and you bake it at 4 o'clock in the morning and you hear the crackle of the bread as it comes out and it fills the bakery with this aroma, there's just nothing like it. It's intoxicating. We do not sell the bread the second day. Whatever's left over at the end of the day, we have local charities come in and pick up the bread, and homeless shelters and Operation Hope. So that's my way of giving back a little to the community as well.
In addition to the artisan breads, Billy's menu includes pastries, tarts, bagels, muffins, quiche, and more. All handmade the old-fashioned way with top-quality ingredients. The latest addition is the deli, where Boar's Head cold cuts are served on freshly baked bread.
We prepare sandwiches daily on our bread, which was just out of the oven a couple hours ago, and it is something that's just taken off.
True dedication and commitment to quality are ingredients that everyone who works at Billy's adds to the recipe.
The one thing that I learned in my life is that you can't accomplish anything by yourself. You know, I have Sam, who's been here. He comes in at midnight, bakes the bread. Saul, who mixes and bakes the bread. And then I have Annabelle and Claire, who are here during the days, which have also been here for 10 years. I try to create an environment where you can have fun and work too.
And that is surely a recipe for success.
This business to me is a dream. I love being here. My favorite department has to be the bread. And I love sourdough bread. I mean, that is my favorite type of bread. I always tell everybody that. And when the customer tells me they don't want sourdough bread, I said, I know you don't like sourdough bread, so I'm giving you one. Here, take this bread home, and they come back and buy it over and over again. When you have customers who come in and eat it and say, wow, that's the best bread I've ever had, it just makes you feel good from the beginning of the process to the end of the process. Hey, Kev, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Bill. Have a great day.
Take care, yeah?